Hi guys, thank you for joining me for another weekly reading. So this week I'm using the adorable Vanessa Tarot. Card on the left is the beginning of the week, card in the middle is the middle of the week, and card on the right is the weekend. So let's see what we get for Monday, Tuesday of this coming week. And we got the Empress. Beautiful, beautiful card. The Empress is a major arcana card. And the Empress is all about the divine feminine. It's all about that abundant, fertile, giving, loving, nurturing, motherly, feminine energy. It's about feeling like you are in harmony with yourself and with nature. Like you're just feeling that wild kind of generative side of yourself come to life, you know, and like you're just bursting with ideas, with love, with excitement, with energy, with abundance, you know. It's like either you feel this inside you and you're wanting to give it to other people, or there's somebody around you who is offering that to you, who kind of is emitting that kind of energy for you. And I just, you know, I like I told you guys in the last reading that I used this card in our You Pick the Card as one of the cards I used. I just love this deck because it's just so fun and, you know, just girly. And here's the Empress, and she's, you know, she's lying in her garden. She's lying on a harp, I think. Let me just take a closer look here. It almost looks like she's lying on a harp. But no, she's lying on a grapevine, and these grapes are dangling off it, and the sun is in the sky, and there's flowers around her, and blue sky, and just everything is growing around her. So this really indicates a very, very, and you know, spring is coming. It's not that far off now, thank God. So this card really indicates like a really lively, energetic, abundant feeling in your life right now, or just, you know, around you right now. So we'll probably come back to that card. Let's see what we get for the middle of the week and see how that relates. Okay, so we got the Eight of Cups. Just going to move this a little bit closer. Okay, the Eight of Cups. We have drawn this in a few weekly readings. The Eight of Cups is about walking away from something that was previously very satisfying, that brought you a lot of joy and a lot of happiness and a lot of satisfaction. But it's kind of worn out its presence in your life. Like you've outgrown it and it's time to move on. It can be like, you know, cups are a suit about our emotions. They're about our feelings, you know, what moves us, what moves us emotionally, our spirit, what makes us feel things very deeply, either good or bad. And the Eight of Cups it refers to something that previously made us feel good, or that we have a lot of good associations with. It can be with it doesn't have to be a relationship. It can be with a former home, like a place you used to live, like your hometown. You know, maybe you had to move somewhere and you really, really missed it, or you're about to move. You're facing a move and you really don't want to leave. Like you're thinking that you're really going to miss where you're moving from. You could be changing schools, you could be changing jobs, it could be a job that you're leaving that you previously really loved or was very good for you, but for whatever reason you're moving on. Maybe you got a promotion to another job. It's anything that left you with a lot of good memories and a lot of good feelings, and you know, you're reluctant and you're sad to leave it behind, but you're doing it, or you have to do it. You have to face doing it because you know it's time. Because if you stay in the situation, it's no longer going to be good. It's going to turn bad. It's going to get stagnant. It's not going to progress anymore, and you're going to end up feeling negative about it. So it's better to leave something with positive memories and good associations and good feelings, and recognizing when it is kind of time to do that. Yeah, so this could be coming up for us in the middle of the week. Let's see what we get for the weekend, and I will put all these 3 cards together. So we got the King of Swords for the weekend. Now, the King of Swords, swords are a suit all about our mental processes. It's about logic, about thought, about belief, about the way we communicate our thoughts. It's all about objectivity. It's taking the emotions out of a situation and just looking at the facts of a situation. That's what the swords are about. It's just the facts, the truth, knowledge, logic, objectivity. And the King of Swords is the highest card in this suit. This is somebody who has mastered this realm. Somebody who is very, very, very good with thought, with knowledge. This could be a teacher. This could be a judge. This could be a lawyer. This is anybody who gives really good advice, who is very mature, who is speaking not only from knowledge, but from experience, but able to detach the emotions from the experience and just kind of filter all the most valuable facts out of a situation. This is somebody who is very, very good at that. So you could be feeling like this by the weekend. You could be feeling very, 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 very confident about yourself, very confident about your intelligence, very confident about your choices. The logic, you see the logic in your life. You're able to be objective. You're able to, kind of filter out the nonsense and see what is really the truth of a situation. The negative side of the King of Swords is he can be all objectivity. He can have no emotions. He can be very cold. He can be very, very unfeeling. Because as I said, this is taking the emotions out of it. This is simply, the facts, ma'am, So the negative side of that is that you could, not be including your emotions in something, or not considering your emotions in a situation. And in order to be balanced individuals, we have to have an equal amount of everything in our lives. We have to have intelligence, we have to have logic, we also have to have emotions, we have to have feelings, and that enables us to feel good and enjoy our lives, right? So we have to have emotion as well. So that's the negative side of the King of Swords, but the positive is he's a very, very, very smart person. It doesn't have to be a man either. Of course, as I've said before, the court cards, they're just general representations of male energy or female energy, but they don't have to represent a man or a woman or even a person. It's just the general theme of the card, which is mastering thought, mastering logic, mastering knowledge, intelligence, your intellectual self. So let me just take a look back at these cards and see if I can bring them together and get a story out of all these cards and how they relate to each other. Okay. So what I'm getting from this reading is, on either side of the Eight of Cups, we have these two very powerful figures who are flanking that middle card, that Eight of Cups, the card that indicates walking away from a situation that was previously good for us, but that we know we need to move on in order to progress in our lives. And to me, this reading is saying that we need to embrace. Remember what I was saying about the King of Swords, how there's a positive and a negative. He's very smart, very intellectual, but he can be cold and unfeeling. The Empress is the opposite of that. She's all emotion. She's all feeling. She's all about embracing your inner self and allowing that to kind of invigorate you and energize you and inspire you to create and to flow with life. So she's all about emotion and he's all about objectivity. So this is telling me that this week we need to embrace both of these sides of ourselves. If we need to move on from a situation that is no longer working, a situation that is going to be very hard for us to leave. We need to incorporate both of these energies, of the Empress and of the King of Swords. We need to realize that we need to remember and honor all those previous good memories that were there, that are associated, could be associated with the Empress, you know, that feeling of abundance, that feeling of overflowing, the feeling that may have made you feel like an Empress. The situation may have made you feel incredible, especially if this was a relationship, a love relationship, right? You may have felt like the Empress in this relationship, where you were the divine feminine and everything was just beautiful and vibrant and just flowing. But you need to move on from that. You have to face the facts, which the King of Swords is very good at doing. He's all about facing the facts and just going by that. So to me, this card is not so much about beginning, middle, and end of week. It's about harnessing these two energies and realizing the value in both of them. Realizing the value in emotions and how important they are in our lives and how necessary they are, but also realizing that sometimes, even though it feels great and wonderful, you can't just live your life expecting it to be like that all the time. It's not always going to be rosy. It's not always going to be, it's not always going to be favorable for your growth. Things do stagnate. Things do turn bad. And when that happens, we have to recognize that. We have to face it, even though it may be difficult, and we need to move on. And we can really, really embrace that King of Swords energy to do that. It's all about, facing the facts and realizing, okay, this previously was great. This person, I really love this person. I really love this town. I really love this job, but it's just not working for me anymore. And if I stay here, I'm just going to get miserable. And the King of Swords is about helping you face that and just saying, okay, look, thanks, but I really need to move on from this. This isn't working anymore. So I think that's what this reading is all about this week. Share your thoughts with me below. If you would like. I'd be curious to see what you think as well, but that's what I'm really getting from this reading. We could be moving on from something this week that was previously very dear to us. And, it's never easy when we do that, but if we honor and respect and harness both of these energies, it can help us do that. And the Empress you can use her as a sort of a, that could be in the future, right? That Empress will reappear when you find something new and when you have moved on. That growth will start again. The stagnation will no longer be there. You'll be overflowing again, So sometimes we have to walk away. Okay, so guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for tuning in. Please visit my website. It is up and running. The link is in the description box below. Please click the like button, thumbs up it if you did like the video. I would appreciate that very much. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys on Friday for our You Pick the Card. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Love you guys, and I will see you on Friday. Okay, take care. Bye.